disappointing loss starts with me, really ends with me too. Like I got to have the team ready to play better. And as a coaching staff, we'll get a lot of things corrected. I asked our guys to look in the mirror as we go through this and figure out what we can all do to be better. But it starts with me, like I said, and heartbreaking loss. Don't like the way we played. Scoreboard matters, but the way we played was frustrating. Never felt like we could. First drive was really good offensively, and then really just never felt like we could stay in rhythm. And they had us on our heels. Their quarterback played lights out, man, 31 to 33. Fantastic game by that kid. Phenomenal player. I thought he was the best returning quarterback in our league coming up through the summer when I studied everybody in the conference, and he played like it tonight. So disappointing loss. Not pleased with it. We got our butts kicked. I got to help us be better. With that, I'll open it up.
There were some things that happened tonight. There had been signs of earlier this year, but 31 of 33, no matter how good the quarterback is, and a lot of those guys were running free.
Yeah, we blow a coverage or two. Guy gets in maybe wrong leverage on one or two. An out route turns into out and up on one, and we lose a guy. Just things that were uncharacteristic. We've had moments where we haven't played clean, but there were some things tonight that were just like, and then maybe in some situations they took some access throws where we weren't challenging as much, and they connected on them when a lot of people haven't been able to connect on them and kind of create advantageous situations for themselves, and frustrated by that. We've got to be a lot better. I mean, hats off to him for playing the way he did. I guess it was 32 or 34. I was off by two. Oh yeah, he had 31 or 33. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, great game by him. Not good by us.
The 2-point conversion at the beginning of the game, obviously that was something you'd seen on video that you thought what went wrong.
Yeah, we gave up penetration. It didn't work. My fault. Made a decision. We didn't execute it well. Still, looking at it on the iPad, if we execute better, it's there. But that I don't know how that, it didn't obviously work, and we could have gotten those 2 points and it wouldn't have changed the outcome of the game, unfortunately. But I wish that would have been something that at the end mattered, because that would have meant we played better.
You got touchdown right before the half, and the second half actually got some negative plays against them, and then they still scored the touchdown. I feel like that was kind of the backbreaker.
Yeah, I felt like that was the story of the night almost. It's like as soon as you felt like we maybe were going to create a negative play or two, they found their way out of it. And when they created a negative play or two on us, we just didn't find our way out of it as easy. And so very, very frustrating. I mean, frustrating night all the way across the board. But yeah, just could not quite ever get traction.
Jake started pressing, obviously, that second interception. You decided to change quarterbacks. What did you feel was going on there?
Well, there was a couple of things that just where you go with the football on certain calls and based upon the look you get, that we got to make a little bit better decision. And I love Jake. I love Sully. Love all those guys. But, we have to do what we're coached to do. And unfortunately, a couple of the throws he'd like to have back are things that he knows better than on one of them for sure, that is just something that we've coached. And so, but I believe in those guys. They've done a lot of good this year, but wasn't our best tonight.
The perfect pass by Callaway on that pass. You wish it would have come in a situation where you had that dialed up before the game to use in a certain situation.
Well, we've had it in for a few weeks, to be honest, and kind of in and out. Something, Jimmy can throw it pretty good, obviously. They lost us downfield there, and he just let it rip. And it was a good, strong throw by him. He was a high school quarterback, so really good throw, but wasn't enough. We're trying to find a way to create something, just a spark to get us going.
The question's going to come about distractions. Did you feel like this team? What did you feel like was the issue tonight in terms of just the first half?
Yeah, I don't think the team was distracted. I know I'm not anything. Like I'm kind of tired of people asking me questions about, like, are y'all distracted? I'm like, distracted about what? Like, I mean, there's zero distractions. And if we have any distractions going on, I don't understand it because we're in the middle of really challenging conference schedule, and it takes your full focus and full effort, full energy to be the best you can be to, I don't know.
People have a hard time seeing after a loss like this, but your goals are still in front of you. You've got a huge game in Memphis next week. Just how do you get these guys to bounce back?
Yeah, we need to feel the pain of this one for a little while. This should hurt, it should sting, it should suck. I mean, it does. And then we have to move forward, and we have to stick together. There's going to be a lot of obviously negativity about how we performed, and understandably so. Like I get it. I'm negative about how we performed, but it doesn't do us any good for me to sit around and sulk. We got to bounce back and pick ourselves up. We got a pulse, which means we got a chance. And last year we made it to the conference championship game with one loss in the conference play. I think there's several teams now that have one loss, including us. I think Navy's the only undefeated team right now in conference play. And so we still have a lot to play for, and we're still in control of a lot of things that are in front of us.
Could have been a shootout if you hadn't shot yourself in the foot in the first half. The fumbles, you got fortunate recovery.
Got one back, and then we lost the second one. Yeah.
And frustrated that.
Yeah, it's ridiculously frustrating. We had that. We missed the field goal. There's a lot of things that, like, man, really, if we execute better and just, you can't, I think we were -3 in the turnover margin just on pure turnovers. And if you add the fourth downs in there, which I do typically, is how I calculate, then we were -4. You're not going to beat air going -4 in the turnover margin. Like, we're not going to beat a team that has no bodies out there doing that. So much less a team that's a talented team. I mean, I told our guys, like, that team, I thought their skill in particular on the perimeter and at quarterback was as good as anybody we played all year in a lot of spots. And like, going into the year, that's a team that I thought was as good as anybody in our conference.
The blocked field goal, I've had people tell me he wasn't offside.
He wasn't
on play.
He wasn't.
Yeah.
He wasn't offsides. I mean, watch on the iPad. If he's offsides, that doesn't change the game, but yeah.
Obviously, I mean, UTSA hadn't lost a conference home game in 6 years. I don't think it was really that loud in here last night. But why do you feel like they just play so much better at home?
Yeah, they've just been really good here. It really wasn't the noise really wasn't a factor per se. Really wasn't a loud environment necessarily. But they played really good here at home like they have traditionally, and we did not perform well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Thanks again.